Week 5 of the NFL season has come and gone, and it's time to update the power rankings after a couple of major upsets. There is no more unbeaten teams in the National Football League. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills both lost, and I'll be honest with you, I think these losses are actually kind of blessings in disguise for these two teams. I consider the caliber of teams that they were playing to be wild card teams. Obviously, the Bills and Eagles are guys that are going to be top dogs. This is kind of like the loss that you might see in the wild card or divisional round from either of these teams. It's nice to have that in week 5 where you can bounce back and you can really work on the issues that had happened to you in that game, see what went wrong, see what you need to adjust, and attack the rest of the season. Because if that happens to you in the wild card or the divisional round, that's it. It's over. So really blessing in disguise type of loss for these two teams. A lot of things went wrong for the Eagles in particular. I think that it was very reminiscent of their Tampa Bay game. They dominated early. It started to slip late. They held on against Tampa, but they didn't hold on against Denver. So those two teams, they drop a little bit just by virtue of that loss. The Lions jump back to the number 1 spot after beating the Bengals. The Bengals have a new quarterback. They just traded for Joe Flacco. We'll see if this really helps them a lot. I am not in the camp that believes it will, but nonetheless, Joe Flacco continues his tour of the National Football League. 5 through 13 on my power rankings are really kind of confusing for me. These are all teams that I kind of would put, this was in a tier list, they'd all be in the same exact tier, and I think really you could shuffle them about. I felt like I dropped the Chargers a lot, but then again, I didn't drop them a lot for losing to the Giants. I gave them a mulligan, and then they got absolutely wiped by the Washington Commanders. So I think that it's fair enough to move them down. The Rams are another one. I didn't love moving down as much as I did, but I think that the Niners have to move up. They look great with Mac Jones at quarterback. There's rumors, of course, going around that Mac Jones is the guy that Kyle Shanahan wanted in that year's draft instead of Trey Lance. He's finally got him, and I think we're starting to see that. I think they might be better with Mac Jones than they are with Brock Purdy. How about Kansas City and Baltimore? Two of the most disappointing teams in football this season. I've given Kansas City plenty of leeway all season through that tough start. This was not a close loss. Well, it was a close loss, but the team that they lost to was not the caliber of team that they had lost to previously. The Chargers and the Eagles team that they had lost to earlier in the season, very good teams, especially the Chargers at that point. They had not had these 2 losses back-to-back yet. The Eagles, of course, unbeaten defending champs when they took down Kansas City. But now you go on the road to Jacksonville. You have the lead. Mahomes throws a bad pick 6. And the game kind of unravels from there. But I won't even say it unraveled on the offensive side. It's Kansas City's defense that has not been up to snuff. And speaking of bad defenses, the Ravens are injured, and they are horrible all over the place. It's bad for Baltimore.